Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. We got the final game of this four-game series against the Braves and the Dodgers. Can the Braves take 3 out of 4 and get back on their winning ways? We got Royster batting in the leadoff spot, playing second. Batting second, playing center field, is Office. Batting third, playing right field, is Matthews. Batting fourth, playing left field, is Burris. Batting fifth, playing third base, is Horner. Batting sixth, doing the catching, is Pocoroba. Batting seventh, playing first base, is Murphy. Batting eighth, playing shortstop, is Cheney. And on the mound, batting ninth, Nuxie himself, Phil NIEKRO. And for the hometown Los Angeles Dodgers, leading off, playing second, is Lopes. Batting second, playing short, is Russell. Batting third, playing right field, is Smith. Batting fourth, playing third base, is Say. Batting fifth, playing first base, is Garvey. Batting sixth, playing left field, is Baker. Batting seventh, playing center field, is Monday. Batting eighth, doing the catching, is Ferguson. And batting ninth and on the mound is Rick Rhoden. Let's get down here to LA and get this party started. And we got Jerry Royster to lead it off here for the Braves, batting .265 with no homers and 18 RBIs. Rick Rhoden making his 16th start of the year. He's 11-1 with a 3.62 ERA. Can the Braves get to him and get the win here? Here's the pitch to Royster. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Penguin. He fires over to Garvey. And there's one down. And Office steps to the plate. And Office is batting .282 with 3 homers and 22 RBIs. And that's going to be a base hit. As Office pulls that ball in the right field. Smith gets to it, cuts him off, holds him to a single. And Matthews is at the plate. And Matthews is batting .269 with 7 homers and 27 RBIs. And that's going to be, I might make it through. 66 and a 5 is going to be fielding column 3. Garvey might not get to this one, folks, and he doesn't. That's going to be a single in the right field. And the Braves have got 2 on now with only 1 out and Jeff Burris up first and second. Can this Jeff Burris deliver here, batting .321 with 12 homers and 52 RBIs? And he gets a hold of this. The Braves are going to get on the board first here against the Dodgers. And that ball is hit into the gap. Let's see, against the righty, that'll be a 12. Does he have an L? No, we're good. Well, he's good. That'll be a double in, is it left field? Nope, that'll be a double in the right field with only 1 out. Matthews is probably going to stay put at third. 36, yep. Not even going to try it. So that's going to be an RBI double by Burris. And the Braves are on the board. It's 1-0 Atlanta. And Bob Horner comes to the plate now with runners at second and third. And the Dodgers are going to play back, trying not to give up a big inning. They'll succeed one more run. Give up the run for an out. Horner's only batting .213. He has 4 homers and 9 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, a big strikeout by Rhoden. And now there's 2 outs. And it's going to be up to Biff Pocoroba here to deliver. Biff is batting .249 with 6 homers and 25 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball. Nope, that's going to be a pop-up down the second. And Lopes makes the catch. And now to win the inning, the Braves only get 1 out of that. A little disappointing. But they lead. Braves 1, Dodgers coming to the plate. You got Lopes, Russell, and Smith due up against Nuxie. And Davies batting 247 with 7 homers and 28 RBIs as 007 joins us. Check out his great channel. And this is Phil NIEKRO's 22nd start of the year. He is 10-6 with a 3.02 ERA. And here's the pitch to Lopes. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Burris and left. And that'll be out number 1. It's still you, ain't it? I hear you, buddy. And now you got Russell up. Russell and Ken Castro just joins us here. Check out that. We got the master in here, Ken Castro. So Russell's up, batting 251 with no homers and 34 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. Horner's going to muff that one. That's an E5, and Russell's going to get aboard here. Now you got an error. Runner at first, time run on the bases. Go ahead, run at the plate. Reggie Smith's batting 315 with 12 homers and 44 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Nuxie strikes him out. And Reggie, let's look here before we put this in. In the last few games, Reggie has been a strikeout artist. Let's see here. Excuse me. Oh, it doesn't tell you how he got out, but I guarantee you he has struck out like 5 or 6 times in the last 2 games. And he strikes out here again. So another strikeout for Reggie, and that's NIEKRO's first strikeout. Now you got the Penguin up, Ron Say, batting 288 with 12 homers and 49 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field, so the error doesn't cost him. Nuxie pitches around it, and we go to the top of the second in a 1-0 Braves lead. Oh, got you, buddy. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. And now you got Murphy due up, Cheney and NIEKRO to bottom third. And Murph's batting 224 with 17 homers to lead the National League and 36 RBIs. And that's going to be a base on balls. Murphy makes it down to first. And they're going to do a little hit and run here with Cheney. Cheney batting 224 with a homer and 9 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. The Murph's on his own. So that'll be a 25. Get down to, so a 51 or lower, Murph safe. And a 52 Murph, being the nice guy that he is, gets up and walks off the. But that was close. I thought he was safe, but you're not going to change the umpire's mind. Calls the Murph out. 51, right? Make sure. Yep, a 51. And that was a 52. Like I say, Mr. Murph, he doesn't argue with the umpire. He walks off the field. Now there's 1 down, nobody on. The miss hit and run doesn't work. Cheney now with an 0-1 pitch. And that's going to be probably a single. Yep, and that's going to be a single in the left field. That always happens, right? After a runner gets thrown out. So Cheney singles. Now he's down at first with 1 out. And Nuxie's up. And NIEKRO is batting 264 with no homers and 1 RBI. He's going to try to bunt Cheney down the second. And that's going to be a nice bunt. That'll be bunted down the third. Penguins got it. Who does he throw to? And he's throwing to Garvey. So the Penguin fields it cleanly, tosses it over to Popeye, and that'll be out number 2. But the runner does get in the scoring position. Can Jerry Royster add to this 1-0 lead? Royster's 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. 54 and an 8. And that is going to be fielding column 3. First on air, runner scores on wow throw as Russell air mails that. He was throwing that ball to Atlanta. Does the batter get down the second? Nope. Batter stays at first. So the Braves get a 9-run. They double their fun, double their pleasure. They double the runner was supposed to score the lead with double mint gum. Spearmint. Now I don't want to do that. I want to do an undo and score the runner. So it's a 2-base error here. It's an E6. Runner on second scores. And now you got a runner down at first with 2 outs in Office at the plate, and the Braves leading 2-0. Office singled and came around to score the first run of the ball game. And that's going to be a ground ball back to Rick RHODEN. He tosses it over to first, and that'll be the inning. But the Russell error leads to a run. The Braves take a 2-0 lead into the bottom of the second. You got Garvey, Baker, and Mundy due up here against Knucksy. Garvey is batting .285 with 12 homers and 70 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Royster. He fields it cleanly, fires over to first, and there's one down. And Mr. Dusty Baker, batting .267 with 5 homers and 33 RBI. Here's the pitch to Baker, and that's going to be a base on balls. Knucksy's first walk of the game. Now you got Mundy up, and Mundy's batting .303 with 7 homers and 37 RBIs. Can Knucksy get a ground ball double play here? That's going to be another base on balls. Knucksy's walking himself into a jam here. Ferguson's up now, first and second, 1 out. And Joe Ferguson batting .167 with no homers and 3 RBIs. And that's going to be a pop up down the third. Infield fly rules in effect. Horner makes the catch, and there is 2 down. That brings up Rick RHODEN. Rick RHODEN's always been a good hitting pitcher. He's batting .128 on the season with no homers and 4 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Knucksy strikes him out. So the base on balls doesn't bite him in the butt. Braves still lead 2-0 as the Dodgers strand 2. And we get to the top of the third with the 3, 4, 5 hitters due up. Matthews, Burris, and Horner. Sarge singled back in the first. He's 1 for 1. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Russell. He fields this one, throws it over cleanly, and there's out number 1. Jeff Burris comes to the plate now. He had that RBI double his first time up. And that's going to be against the righty, a 12. And that's going to be a base hit. Jeff Burris gets aboard here again with a 1-out single. Can Bob Horner triple the lead here? The runner on first. Horner was a strikeout victim his last time up. And that's going to be a base on balls. And these pitchers are having problems fighting the strike zone. That brings up Pocoroba now with first and second. And 1 out. Biff is 0 for 1. Popped up his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to right field. Reggie calls for it, makes the catch, and there's 2 down. Boris with his speed's going to stay put. Can Murph deliver? Murph walked and got caught stealing his first time up. And that's going to be another base on balls. And RHODEN has walked. The base is loaded. Can the Braves take advantage of it with Cheney due up here? Cheney singled and came around the score back in the second. That's going to be a fly ball out to Reggie. He gets it in the gap, makes the catch, and the Braves strand. The base is loaded. Lead this game 2-0, but will they remember that in the third, leaving 3 men on? You got the top of the order due up here for the Dodgers, Lopes, Russell, and Smith. Lopes is 0 for 1 today. Not anymore. This will be the first hit of the ball game for the Dodgers. And that ball is smacked in the right field, and Davey starts this inning off with a leadoff double. Can Knucksy pitch around this? Russell's up now. He's had the big error that led to a run. He also reached on an error off of Horner. He's 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be a ground ball. 21 and a 2 might be fielding column 2. Yep. That's a line drive right at Murph. He makes the catch, and the runner's going to hold. Nice job by Murphy. Now there's 1 out, runner still down in second. And Reggie Smith is 0 for 1. He struck out his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. Office is out there today. And a 54 and a 3. Not what the Braves wanted. 54. Yeah, 54. That's still fielding column 1. That's still fielding column 1. That's going to be a single in the left field. The runner's going to stop at third. Office couldn't get to it. So now you got first and third and 1 out. And the Braves with a 2-run lead is going to play back. The Penguin, he can ground into a double play. Can Nuxie get the ball down and get the double play and get out of this mess? First and third, 1 out. Penguin flew out his first time up. And that's going to be against the righty. 18. And that's going to be a fly ball out the left field. Burris is out there. And now 22, that'll probably be fielding column 2. And it is. And that's going to be a 50, and that's going to be deep enough to score the run. Yep. So Burris will throw the ball in. That'll be a sacrifice fly, and that cuts the lead in half. It's now a 2-1 ball game. Garvey's up with a runner at first. 2 outs. And Garvey is 0 for 1. Let's see if Smith's going to try to steal here. That would be a... He is going to try to steal on the Murph. That'll be a 23. He's going to try to get in the scoring position here. 45 or lower. Can the Murph throw him out? And he does. Murph, I'm sorry, that's Pokoroba. And that's not a -4. That's a +4. Wasn't thinking. So that'll be a 31. And that's safe. So Smith is safe. Forgot Pokoroba was back there. So Smith steals second. Now you got a runner in scoring position and 2 down for Garvey. Here's the pitch to Garvey. That's going to be a ground ball down the Cheney. He fires over the first, but the Dodgers score 1. Make it a 2-1 ball game as we get to the top of the 4th. NIEKRO's up, followed by Royster and Office. NIEKRO had a sacrifice bunt his first time up. And that's going to be against them. Righty, that's going to be a fly ball. Nope, that's going to be a pop-up down the short. And that'll be out number 1. Nuxie got under that one. And Jerry Royster gets something going. He's 0 for 2. He reached on that error, and a run came in the last time up with Russell. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. RHODEN strikes him out, and there's quickly 2 down here in the 4th. Can Office get a board here? Office is 1 for 2, singled and scored. And that's going to be a base on ball, so Office gets a board here with 2 outs. And Office is going to try to steal and get in scoring position for Matthews with 2 outs. That'll be a 24. 46 or lower. And he's in there with a stolen base. So Office gets down to second with a stolen base. Gets in scoring position here for Matthews. Trying to be a little more aggressive, Ken. I hope it works with these guys. Matthews now 1 for 2 with a single. Can he drive in? Office? And that's going to be a swing and a miss. RHODEN strikes him out. The Braves strand 1 to the bottom of the 4th we go. We've got Baker due up. He'll be followed by Mundy and Ferguson. And Baker walked his first time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Nuxie strikes him out for out number 1. And Monday comes to the plate. He walked his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. Horner fires over to first, and there's 2 down. And Joe Ferguson comes to the plate now. He popped up the third his first time up. And that's going to be a rare play, a 14 and a 36. That's going to be a foul ball, strike 1 on him. Canucks get him here with the 0-1 pitch. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. NIEKRO strikes him out. And that's NIEKRO's 4th strikeout of the game. Dodgers go down in order. To the top of the 5th we go with the big boys coming up here. Burris, Horner, and Pocoroba. See, the Braves leave town and they go home for a 4-game series against the Padres. And then after the All-Star break, the Phillies come to town. Jeff Burris is 2 for 2 with an RBI double in this game. Can he keep it up? That's going to be against the righty. That'll be a 12, and he's got another base hit. Burris having a hell of a game here against Rick RHODEN. He's aboard again with a leadoff single. Horner comes up now, and Horner's 0 for 1. He is struck out and walked yet to put the ball in play. And he does this time. That ball is high. That ball is far. Kiss it goodbye. Bob Horner's 5th homer. And that makes this a 4-1 ball game. Bob Horner with a 2-run shot. Still nobody out. And Pocoroba at the plate. And Biff is 0 for 2. He is popped up and flown out. And that's going to be a fly ball out the left field. Baker goes back a few steps, makes the catch, and there's 1 down. Now Dale Murphy comes to the plate. He has walked both times. And he gets a hold of this. That ball is high. That ball is far. And Murph just adds to his lead on home runs. That's number 18 and number 37 RBIs. And the Braves have busted the game open. It's 5-1. Rhoden's throwing up softballs up there, and the Braves are hammering it. Cheney up. He's 1 for 2 today and came around to score back in the 2nd. And that's going to be a 10. That's going to be a fly ball out the deep center field. Monday goes back at the track, makes the catch. These guys are hammering him, man. RHODEN trying to get out of this 5th inning. And now you got Nuxie up there. NIEKRO is 0 for 1. He popped up and had a sacrifice bunt. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right field. Smith comes in a few steps, makes the catch. But the 2-run homer and the solo homer by Horner and Murphy make this a 5-1 ball game. So we go to the bottom of the 5th. RHODEN due to lead off, followed by Lopes and Russell. RHODEN is 0 for 1, struck out his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out the office. And there's 1 down here in the 5th. And Davey Lopes comes to the plate, 1 for 2. He doubled and came around to score back in the 3rd. And that's going to be against the righty. That'll be a 16. Yep, that'll be a 16, and that's going to be a base hit. Lopes gets aboard here with a 1-out single. And let's see here. Is Lopes going to try to steal? That is the question. Nope, he's going to stay put. Russell, they are going to do a hit and run here. Try to stay out of the double play. And that's going to be a ground ball, and that's going to work. It's a ground ball down the short. Only play will be over to first. Cheney fires over there with the runner in motion. And now there's 2 outs and a runner in scoring position for Smith. And Reggie's 1 for 2. He singled and stole a base his last time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Jeff Burris. And that'll end the inning. And the Dodgers strand 1. It's still 5-1 Atlanta as we go to the 6th. Top of the order due up here for the Bravos. Royster, Office, and Matthews. Jerry is 0 for 3. Did reach on an error, and that's going to be a base hit. Nice job by Royster. He gets a board here. So Royster's down at first with nobody out. That brings up Office. Office is 1 for 2. He has walked, stolen a base, came around the score back in the first. And here's the pitch to Office. And that's going to be against the righty, a 9. And that's going to be a single in the left field, back-to-back singles. And that's going to get the bullpen up. That is going to get the bullpen up, that's for sure. And Charlie's going to get up in that bullpen. First and second, nobody out, and already down 5-1. Matthews comes to the plate here. He is 1 for 3 today. Can he bust this game completely open here, folks? It's a 5-1 game, 1 for 3 with a single. And that's going to be a base on balls. And that's going to be it for RHODEN. RHODEN's coming out of the game. Charlie's going to come in the game with the bases loaded, nobody out. RHODEN getting lit up here today. He has given up 10 hits and 5 runs, and all 3 runners on base is his responsibility. And Jeff Burris is 3 for 3 against him. They're not going to let Rick pitch against him. Charlie's going to come in here and try to get out of this mess. So Charlie, this is his 20th appearance. He's 2-0 with 3 saves and a 3.46 ERA. Base is loaded. Royster at third, Office at second, Matthews at first, Burris at the plate. Here's the pitch to Jeff, and that's going to be a 40. And an infield, 8, 10, 14, 22, 30, 35. That should be fielding column 1. 35 should be. Yeah, that's fielding column 1. That's going to be a rare play with the bases loaded. 1 of 40. Bases loaded. 1 of 40. And that is a 25. A 25 and a 40. And that'll be out the center field. Mundy's out there. And a 45 and a 2 should be 2. A 45 and a 2. Yep, that is fielding column 2. And that's going to be a single to center field. Both runners scores. The batter to second on an error. Well, first let's look at the right thing, I guess, huh? Let's see here. I didn't have bases full. It was a 25. It's still a 4. Still single to center. Runners advance 1 base. Others advance another base on an error. So there'll be a single in the center. And it'll be an E8. And the runners are advanced 2 bases on the error. So now you got first and third. And the Braves are now up 7-1. What a difference a day makes. The Braves got blown out yesterday, and now today they're taking it to the Dodgers. And now you got, let's see here. They charged an error. Still nobody out. Horner at the plate. Charlie can't believe it. His defense is letting him down. First and third, Horner's up. He's 1 for 2 with a 2-run homer his last time up. And that's going to be that's not going to be a walk, a 35 with a W. How about that? Nope, that's going to be an infield fly rules in effect. And actually, that's a foul ball. That'll be a 54. That's going to be hit down the third. The Penguin catches that ball in foul territory for out number 1. So now there's 1 out, and the Pokeroba's up. And Pokeroba's 0 for 3 today. Can he get a hit here? Nope, that's going to be a ground ball down the lopes, and that's going to end the inning. That's going to be the old 4-6-3 double play. But the Braves score 2 and make this a 7-1 ball game. As NIEKRO comes up for the bottom of the 6th. He has 4, 5, 6 hitters due up. Say, Garvey, and Baker. Penguin, Popeye, and Dusty. The Penguin 0 for 1. He did have a sacrifice fly his last time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the corner. He fields this one cleanly, and there's out number 1. And Garvey comes up now. 0 for 2, grounded out twice. And Garvey gets a hold of this. See where this one lands at. And that's going to be a double in the right field. So a 1-out double. Garvey down in scoring position for Baker with 1 out. And Dusty's 0 for 1. He has walked and struck out. You have to put the ball in play. And that's going to be a 15 and a 9. That's going to be a base hit in the left field. That'll be a 3. That'll be a 41. And that'll be a 24 to throw him out. 24. That'll be a 46 or lower. And he barely makes it in. Pokeroba thought he had him, but the ump says no. So that's a single in the left field. The runner scores. And it's now a 7-2 ball game. Runner down at first, still 1 out. And Rick Mundy comes to the plate. He is 0 for 1 today. He has walked and grounded out. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Nuxie strikes Mundy out for out number 2. That brings up Joe Ferguson now. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. And that's going to be a base on balls. It's down to a 5-run lead, and Nuxie's got to watch himself, and that's going to be it for Charlie. No pitch hit for him. See who's going to come off the bench here. And it's going to be Martinez is going to come off the bench. So Martinez will come off the bench and pitch hit here against the righty. So Ted Martinez is going to come off the bench with 2 downs, runners on first and second. And a 7-2 ball game now. And Martinez is batting .133, no homers and 1 RBI. And that's going to be against an 11. And that's going to be a single in the center field. And Baker should score easily. Let's see if Ferguson can make it down the third. 169. Yep, Ferguson will make it easily down the third. So an RBI single by Martinez. And just like that, they get 2 of those runs right back. And it's first and third and 2 outs. Making this game a little interesting. Now it's back to a 4-run game. Davey Lopes is 2 for 3 with a double in the game. Singled his last time up, and he gets a hold of this. And what's going on with Nuxie? He can't get the third out here. And that ball is hit into the gap in right field. And actually, that's hit in the center field. And with Martinez's speed, he'll score easily. That's a 2-run double. 2-run double. And just like that, it's now 7-5. And Russell at the plate with the tie and run, as NIEKRO's given up 4 runs this inning. He's due to bat third in the top of the 7th here. So runner down at second, 2 outs. Can NIEKRO get out of this damn mess? Here I thought he was going to cruise to a complete game. Now I'm thinking about taking him out. And that's going to be a 45 and a 7. That'll be fielding column 2. That's going to be popped up down the second. Royster waits for it, makes the catch. But the Dodgers score 4 runs and make this a 7-5 ball game as we go to the top of the 7th. And the Dodgers will need a new pitcher here. And it doesn't matter. It's going to be a lefty. Do we bring Terry in or not? That's the question. That is the question. Which one do we bring in?
RHODEN.
I guess we're going to bring Terry in. Terry, how long has it been since Terry's pitched? Everybody else is tired. Yep, Terry's going to come in and pitch. Even though technically he's the closer. So Terry's going to come in and pitch. They don't got much of a bullpen out there. Not many arms. The bullpen's good, but they don't got many arms out there. So Terry's going to come in here and pitch. So Terry will be facing Murphy, Cheney, and possibly a pitch hitter for NIEKRO. If there's 2 outs and nobody on, Nuxie's going to bat for himself. This is Terry's 44th game. Damn. He only pitched in 47 games. He's already up to 44 with a 2-0 record and an 8 saves, a lofty 4.10 ERA. Must have had a rough game or two. Murphy is 1 for 1. He has walked twice and hit a homer his last time up. And that's going to be against the lefty, 19 and a 9. And that's going to be a ground ball back to Terry. He throws over to first. And that'll be out number 1. And you can see the team comparisons here. As the Atlanta Braves are 29 and 50, batting .247 with a .311 on base percentage, slugging .372 with a .683 OPS. Dodgers are 47 and 34 with a .262 batting average and a .332 on base percentage, slugging .379 with a .711 OPS. And now there's 1 down and Cheney's up. Cheney's 1 for 3 today. Singleton came around the score. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Terry strikes him out. And we're going to let Nuxie bat here and pitch the 7th. At least start the 7th. He's 0 for 2 today. He has bunted and flown out and popped up. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right field. Reggie makes the catch. The Braves go down 1-2-3. We make it to the 7th inning stretch. It's a 7-5 game. You got the 3, 4, 5 hitters due up here against NIEKRO. Can Nuxie make it through this inning? Reggie's 1 for 3 with a stolen base. And that's going to be a fly ball out the office for out number 1. The Penguin comes up now. He's 0 for 2. He did have a sacrifice fly in this game. And that's going to be a base on balls. Don't want that. And that gets the bullpen up. Garvey's up now, tying run at the plate. He's 1 for 3 with a double and came around the scores last time up. He's grounded out his other 2. Braves would love to see a ground ball double play as we drop the dice. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. Can they turn 2? That is the question. A 45 and a 7. That'll be fielding column 2. They'll get the runner out at second, but unable to turn the double play. That'll be a 4-6 put out. Now you got Garvey at first, 2 outs, and Baker at the plate. And Baker's 1 for 2. He had an RBI single his last time up. We dropped the dice again. Damn. And that's going to be another ground ball down to Royster. And he's going to fire over to first, and that'll end the inning. So the leadoff walk goes nowhere. We go to the top of the 8th. It's still a 7-5 ball game. Got the top of the order due up here. Royster, Office, and Matthews. Jerry's 1 for 4 today. Singled and scored his last time up. That's a fly ball out to Monday. And that'll be out number 1. Now Office comes to the plate, and he's 2 for 3 with a walk. He scored twice, then stole a base, singled his last time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Davey. He fires over to Garvey, and there's quickly 2 down. And the Sarge is up. Sarge is 1 for 3. He has walked his last time up. And that's a fly ball out to Baker. The Braves go down quietly, 1, 2, 3. We go to the bottom of the 8th. And 7-5 ball game. And Matthews is going to come out of the game. We're going to make some changes here. Bill's going to come in the game and play first. Bonnell's going to come in the game. Gilbreth is going to come in the game and play third. Bonnell will come in. So let's see here. Matthews will come out. Bonnell will come in and play right field. And Bonnell will come in and bat NIEKRO's spot. Garber will come in and bat in Matthews' spot. Definitely making that double switch move. But I'm not sure. Do we want to take... I think we're going to let Horner bat in the top of the 9th. We're not going to take Horner out yet. Not going to take Horner out yet. But Pocoroba's going to come out of the game, and Bill will come in, and he'll play first, and Murph will go behind the plate. That'll help out with the arm. Murph's got a better arm behind the plate. Cheney will stay in. I think that's all we're going to do right now. So everybody else will stay in the game here. Gilbreth will wait a little bit here. Matthews and Pocoroba's coming out. So we'll do the double switch with Bonnell coming in the game to shore up the outfield out there. Let's see here. Gene will come in. He'll bat in Matthews' spot, the 3 spot. Bonnell will come in and bat in the 9 spot. And he's going to play right field. And then Bob Beal will come in and bat and poke a Roba spot in the 6th hole. And he's going to play first. And Murphy is going to move to behind the plate. So we got a complete new battering mates. And that should do it here in the 8th. So Garber comes in to pitch. He'll bat in the 3 spot. Barry Bonnell comes in to play right field. He'll bat 9th. Bob Beal comes in, takes over first. He'll bat in the 6th spot. And Murph will move from first and go behind the plate. And that should catch you up here with the moves they've done here in the bottom of the 8th. Garber making his 7th appearance for the Braves. He has 4 saves, no record. He's 0-0 with a 2.53 ERA. He's got the bottom part of the order due up here. Mundy, Ferguson, and Foster. And Mundy's 0 for 2. And he gets a hold of this. Unfreaking believable. And that's going to be a double over first base. And just like that, the tying run's going to come to the plate. Mundy down at second in scoring position. And Ferguson comes to the plate now. And Joe's 0 for 2. He did walk and came around the scores last time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. Royster's got it. The runner will get down the third. Now there's 1 out. And that'll be it for Terry. So Lance will have to come in the game here. No doubt about that. Now let's see who's going to come off the bench against the righty. And Oates is going to come off the bench because they got another catcher. So Johnny's going to come off the bench against Garber. The Braves are going to play back the run down there. They'll let that run score. They want an out. So Johnny Oates comes up. What they really would like to see is Garber strike Oates out is what they'd like to see. Johnny is batting 381 with no homers and 4 RBIs. And that's going to be doesn't have the K. So that's going to be a pop up down the third. Horner makes the catch. The runner stays put. And now there's 2 outs and the runner still down at third. We go to the top of the order and Davey Lopes. Davey is 3 for 4 with 2 doubles and 2 RBIs. And that's going to be another pop-up in foul territory this time. Warner makes the catch and the runner doesn't score. And Garber pitches around the lead-off double. And we go to the top of the 9th in a 7-5 ball game. And Lance is going to have to come in the game here. Pitch this 9th inning. Can the Braves score some more runs here in the 9th? They lead by 2. You got the big boys coming up against Lance. Lance is 21 games. He's 2-4 with 1 save, a 3.96 ERA. He's got Burris, Horner, and Beal to deal with. Burris is 4 for 4. He's sad to see the rest of these Dodgers leave. He has 3 RBIs and a double in this game. And he just unloaded. That ball is high, but he's got the H. Let's see if the H takes it away on an L pitch on lefty. And to make him a 7. Nope. Kiss it goodbye. Jeff Burris just increased this lead to 3. And it is 8-3. As Jeff Burris unloads. I think that was his 13th homer of the year. Yep, his 13th homer of the year. And now Horner's up. Horner's already homered in this game. He's 1 for 3 with a 2-run shot. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Bounces back from the leadoff homer to strike Horner out. Bob Beal comes to the plate, and this is his first plate appearance. He came in, took over first, and Murphy moved behind the plate. He's batting .297 with no homers and 9 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. And the Penguin screws the pooch here. That's an E5. And Beal's aboard here with a 1-out error. And the Murph comes up now with a runner at first. Murphy's 1 for 2. He's walked twice and homered in this game. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Lance strikes him out. So Lance has struck out the 2 outs, but he's given up a homer and a error in between. Can he strike out the third batter? Cheney's 1 for 4. He struck out his last time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down to the Penguin. He's going to fire over to first. And that'll end the inning. The Braves score 1 that when the Jeff Burris homer makes it an 8-5 game as we go to the bottom of the ninth. And you got Russell, Smith, and the Penguin due up here. 2, 3, 4 hitters with now a 3-run lead. Russell 0 for 4, did reach on an error. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Jeff Burris. He makes the catch, and there's 1 down. And Reggie Smith comes to the plate. He's 1 for 4, a single and a stolen base. And that's going to be another fly ball out to Burris. 2 fly balls to left, 2 quick outs. And the Dodgers down to their last out in an 8-5 game. The Penguin 0 for 2. He has walked and had a sacrifice fly. And that's it. Swings at that one, strikes out. Garber ends the game with a strikeout. The Braves win 8-5. Take 3 out from the Dodgers. How about that? Take a look here at the box score. The Braves 8 runs on 12 hits and 1 error. The Dodgers 5 runs, 8 hits and 3 errors. Look at the top of the order there. Royster 1 for 5, Office 2 for 5, and Jeff Burris 5 for 5 with 4 RBIs. The Braves were only 2 for 10 with runners in scoring position, but the homers, Burris with a homer, Horner with a homer, and Murph with a homer did them in. The Braves left 9 men on base. Davey Lopes was the only Dodger to figure out Nuxie. He was 3 for 5, but give the Dodgers credit in that, 5th inning? 6th inning. They put the hits together in the 6th. They were 4 for 13 with runners in scoring position. Scored 4 runs in that 6th inning, left 8 men on base. Nuxie was cruising through 5. He gets his record to 11-6, 7 innings, 7 hits, 5 runs, walked 4, struck out 5. Garber comes in, gets his 5th save of the year, 2 innings, 1 hit, and 1 strikeout. Rick Rhoden gets beat around. He drops to 11-2, 5 innings, 10 hits, 7 runs, 5 of them earned, walked 5, struck out 3, and gave up 2 homers. Charlie comes in 1 inning, 1 hit. Terry comes in 2 innings, 1 strikeout, and Lance comes in 1 inning, gives up the homer. The Burris 1 run, 1 hit, and 2 strikeouts. Let's finish the rest of the National League. Ain't many games in the National League. Got the Cubbies and the Mets. And look at that, Ken. Got the big showdown, the Expos and the Phillies. So first is the Cubbies and the Mets. See what happens here in New York City. And the Mets win 8 runs, 12 hits, 1 error. The Cubbies 2 runs, 8 hits, and no errors. And here's the big showdown here. The Expos and the Phillies. Grissom going up against the Cat. Oh, Jim. Can the Phillies beat the Expos and extend their lead? And no, the Expos win on 5 runs. Here, let's look at the box score since Ken's in here. 5 runs on 9 hits and no errors. The Phillies 2 runs, 7 hits, and 1 error. Andre Dawson was 2 for 5. Look, it was the bottom of the order that did you in, Ken. Carminetti 2 for 5. Carter 2 for 5, and Chris Spencer 2 for 5, 2 for 4 with 3 RBIs. Dawson and Spencer with homers. 2 for 9 with runners in scoring position. Left 6 men on base. Larry Boa, he was 2 for 4. And Michael Jack Smith came in as a pitch hitter. Was one, so he had another day off. Phillies were only 1 for 6. Left 8 men on base. Grissom goes 8 innings, 7 hits, 2 runs, walked 3, struck out 4. He goes to 8-5. Knowles comes in, gets his 8th save. 1 inning, 1 strikeout. Jim drops to 7-3. 6 innings, 9 hits, 5 runs. Only 4 of them earned. Walked 1, struck out 3, gave up 2 homers. Bullpen came in and did a good job reading Brewster. 3 innings and 1 strikeout amongst them. So that'll cut the lead down by a game. And then you got the Padres and the Giants. Out in San Francisco. And the Padres, 4 runs on 11 hits and no errors. The Giants, 2 runs, 11 hits and 1 error. And the last game here in the National League on the 6th is the Pirates and the Cardinals. Old John Denny going for the Cardinals. Always like John Denny. The man with 2 first names. And the Cardinals win a close one. Was it a walk-off? Ted Simmons hit a grand slam, and then they had a walk-off. The Cardinals, 11 runs on 11 hits and 1 error. The Pirates, 10 runs on 10 hits and 3 errors. See what inning the walk-off was. In the 10th. The Cardinals had a 10-0 lead. A 10-0 lead. And had to win. Scored 10 runs in the first 2 innings and didn't score another run until the 11th. Ain't that crazy? That is crazy. Did all that damage. Let's look at the scorecard here. Starts off with a double, a walk, and then the grand slam by Simmons. Then a walk, an intentional walk. Then a 2 RBI double by Templeton. He had 2 doubles in that inning. 2 doubles in the first inning for Gary Templeton. Then in the second inning, you had a double, an error, a hit by pitch, a 2-run double, and a 2-run single. And they didn't do squat until the 10th inning. Got a base on balls. He stole second and third, Templeton did. Second and third. Stole it. Ain't that crazy? Yeah. Came around to score on the single. Crazy game. Let's check out the standings and leaderboard here in the National League. And the Phillies drop a game. The Expos are now only 2.5 games back. Pirates are now 6.5 games back. The Cubbies 9. The Mets 19. And the Cardinals 19.5 games back. And the Giants are still 4 games up on the Dodgers. Padres are 8.5 games back. The Astros 9. The Reds 13. And the Braves are now 20 games back. Jack Clark still leading the league with a 341 average. Look, Jeff Burris is getting up there. Murphy now with 18 homers to lead the National League. Steve Garvey with 70 RBIs. I think that young Dale Murphy might turn into be a damn good ball player. And Steve Rogers leading the National League with a 2 ERA and 13 wins. Look at that. Nuxie's second in the league with 11 wins. And RHODEN with 11. Kept RHODEN from getting his 12th. Fingers with 18 saves for the Padres. George Foster still leading in MVP voting, and Steve Rogers in the Cy Young. The next game in 1978 will be the Yankees. Let's see who the Yankees are playing here on the 5th. So it's going to be the Yankees playing the Rangers. Dungulick going up against Matlack. That's going to be a hell of a pitching matchup. See how many game series this is. 1, 2. Just a 2-game series for the Yankees. 2-game series for the Yankees. And after that Yankees series is over, we'll do a video with the halfway point. I know the Yankees will have 81 games. The Braves are now at 80. They are 30 and 50. So they're on pace to only win 60 games. I need to pick the pace up. I want to win 70. They got to find 40 more wins. They need to go about 500 here in the last part of the season, second part of the season, to get to that 70 win mark for me. So they got some work to do here. Got some work to do. I want to thank 007 Ken Castro for tuning in today. If you're new to the channel and haven't already done so, hit that subscribe button and hit that like button and ring that bell. Helps the channel out and it don't cost you a dime. Till next time, y'all have a great day and take care.